Now, students, on the basis of data which I provided you earlier in this question, this data gives us the information about some parameters of the occupational sector. On the basis of this data, we observe that first, agriculture was the principal source of occupation on the eve of independence. Because it is evident from the data that on the eve of independence, about 72.7% of working population was engaged in agriculture sector, and the percentage of population depending on agriculture is much less in advanced countries. As we see in the developed countries, there is only 2% population in England which is dependent on agriculture, and in America there is only 12% population dependent on agriculture. In Japan and Germany, there is near about 4% population dependent on agriculture. This data shows that backwardness of Indian economy at the time of independence. Now, number two, we observe that industry was only a bleak source of occupation, because on the eve of independence only 9% of working population was engaged in manufacturing industries, as compared to 32% in USA and 42% in England, while as it is 39% in Japan. This further proves the backwardness of Indian economy at the eve of independence. Now, number three, we observe that there was unbalanced growth, because on the basis of this data, we observe that Indian economy had an unbalanced growth. Balanced growth is then when we see that all sectors of economy are equally developed. This was not the case with Indian economy on the eve of independence. Now, number four, we observe that territory sector was in its infant stage on the eve of independence, because only 52% working population was engaged in trade and commerce. Sorry, only 5.2% population was engaged in trade and commerce, and 1.4% in transport and storage and communication. Only 10.6% working population was working in all other services, which is totally against the trend of advanced countries. So this data further shows the backwardness of Indian economy.